We have reached the conclusion of our journey. We began by looking at how fundamental model of code signing fractures under the weight of modern enterprise. But the goal of this discussion was not just to identify problems. Code signing was always meant to establish trust. At scale, that trust must be actively defended, proven, and enforced. Today, we close by discussing the critical shift from managing software risks to building software confidence. We have to be honest about our starting point. Sorry. The current reality for most enterprises is one of assumed trust. We see a signature and we assume the software is safe. We assume the person who signed it was authorized. We assume the process was followed. But in a world of supply chain attacks and automated pipelines, that assumption is no longer just a risk, it's a liability. Throughout this series, we have seen that risk is not just about bad code. Risk is created by an uncontrollable authority. When signing authority is unmanaged, every valid signature you produce becomes a potential weapon. Without governance, your own trust models become the primary tool that attackers use to bypass your defenses. To reduce risk, we must manage the authority behind the map. The opposite of risk is not just security, it's confidence. And confidence is simply evidence-based trust. Software confidence means being able to prove with data, not assumptions, exactly who authorized a release, why it was allowed, and how your policy was enforced at the moment of signing. We move from "I hope you're safe" to "I know you're compliant." This is where the transformation happens. With the right architecture, code signing evolved from a fragmented technical to-do list into a strategic enterprise control point. It becomes the mechanism through which the business expresses its will and ensures that only software meets its standard ever reaches a customer or a production server. We must design for failure. By implementing centralized control, rigorous lifecycle management, and surgical revocation, we achieve a reduced blast radius. If a team is compromised or a key is leaked, it no longer means a total catastrophe for the company. Because you have control, you can contain the incidents, revoke the specific authority, and maintain the integrity of the rest of your estate. In a governed environment, trust becomes repeatable. Every release, whether it's a major product launch or a minor hotfix, follows the same enforced automated path. We eliminate the variants that cause security holes. When every release is predictable, the audit becomes a non-event because the evidence of the compliance was generated the moment the code was signed. Confidence extends to our engineering teams as well. When governance is automated, predictable, and transparent, developers stop viewing security as an obstacle. They begin to trust the system to catch mistakes and handle the complexities of key management. This developer confidence is what allows organizations to maintain high velocity without burning out their best talent. Sorry for that. For the first time, leadership gains true clarity. Executives are no longer forced to rely on vague reassurance from technical teams. They can answer hard questions from the board, from insurance, and from public with definitive evidence. They can point to a dashboard and say, "This is our release policy, and here is the proof that every byte of our software followed it." The market is changing. Regulators, partners, and customers are no longer satisfied with promises of security. They are demanding demonstrable software integrity. They want to see your bill of materials and your chain of custody. Governance is the engine that delivers this proof, turning security into a foundational pillar of your brand reputation. This leads to the ultimate strategic shift. Trust becomes a competitive advantage. Organizations that can prove their software trust move faster than their competitors. They respond better to incidents, they pass audits with less friction, and they earn the long-term confidence of their user. In the digital economy, being the most trusted is the most valuable position you can hold. Finally, we come to the end of our series and we conclude with this. Software confidence is engineered, it is not assumed. It is the results of a deliberate choice to move from decentralized chaos to governed authority. The shift from software risk to software confidence is the end state that enterprise code signing governance was always meant to achieve. Thank you for your time and thank you for your commitment to a most trusted software future.